Hey, I'm Brett Larkin, and this is a short yoga sequence for those of you who are suffering from sciatic pain. I know this can be very painful, and I'm going to show you a couple poses, a little routine that you can do, especially if you have severe pain, right? This is really for those of you who are maybe suffering too much to even move around a lot or go to a normal yoga class. Now, you want to catch my other video on sciatic pain that I did with curejoy.com. This video is also in collaboration with CureJoy, but make sure to check that one out. I go over how you need to modify if you are going to a public class, and just a little bit more info about sciatic pain in general so you can avoid it and feel better right now. This video is the actual sequence, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is just lie down, face down. So a really important thing to know about having pain is that you may feel it in your thighs or your seat or anywhere down your leg really, but that the pain is in your low back, and that's the area where we need to focus. You're going to take your elbows wide, stack the hands on one another, and put your forehead on your back of your hands. So this is a great pose if you have sciatic pain. This actually is a pose. It's not just lying down upside down. It's a real pose. Just take a couple deep breaths here. So I talk about this in the other video too, but you really want to avoid forward folding at all costs when you have sciatic pain. Back bends to strengthen the low back and kind of just bring more mobility there are a good thing, but forward folding is absolutely something you don't want to do because you could actually further damage yourself and slip a disc. So just take a few more deep breaths here. Okay, so for our first pose, you're just going to let your right hand be long, and you're going to kind of roll over onto your right side. So you're just lying down. You're just resting the head on the bicep. And place the left hand down. Now you're going to take the left knee and sneak it up by your chest. And then really, to the extent you can, see I'm kind of using my toes, try to get it up there. You want it as high as possible. And then from here, you're just going to rest. And you can have the hand on the knee or the thigh, or you can just place it down on the ground. And hopefully you're feeling a little bit of a stretch in the left side of your low back. And it may be really subtle, but if you have deep sciatic pain, you want to start subtle. So we're not looking for a big stretch here. We're just looking for a release. So a little self trick that I like to do here that you can play with if you want. Maybe you're feeling something here and this is enough for you. In which case I want you to just take a couple deep breaths. Another step is you can press your knee into the mat. So kind of press your knee down energetically, and then just relax as you let it recoil and let the low back fully release. So I like doing this because a lot of times we're tensing in the low back and we're not even realizing it. So you can try that again. Press the knee into the floor. And then as you stop pressing the knee into the floor, see if you can uncoil and relax into the pose a little bit more. As you can see, I kind of am, even here, I'm relaxing and I'm finding ways to move deeper. Good. So press the knee into the floor. And then just let the low back widen and release. So this is really subtle. We're not moving around a lot here. You're just kind of adjusting and getting deeper into the pose. Good. Take a few more deep breaths. Good, and then we'll come to the other side. So press your palm into the floor. Again, a lot of the reasons why you may have sciatic pain is because you weren't moving mindfully or you picked up something heavy. So really go mindful here. Slide the leg back really slowly. And then we'll take it to the other side. So this time left hand reaches forward, left head on the bicep. You're going to sneak the right knee up. So I'm actually going to turn around so you can see me, but sneak the right knee up as high as you can. Good. Left leg is long and you're using that right hand for balance. Good, and then you can use that same little trick to ease deeper into the pose. So press down into the right knee, kind of press it into the floor, just energetically. This is subtle. And then as you stop pressing the knee into the floor, see if you can widen the knee or just feel the low back release a little bit. And again, you don't have to stay static here. Readjust, we're looking for a stretch on the right side of the low back. Once again, right knee presses in. And release. Good, adjust. So this is something that you can do in bed. You can do this while watching TV if you set up your laptop in the right place. Being in this position is really healing. And again, pressing in with the knee and then exhaling and thinking of releasing and letting the low back widen and readjusting is great. So my biggest message to you with all these poses, but especially this one, is to really make it work for you, make it feel good for you by making lots of tiny adjustments. So don't just pull your knee up and hold, Start to wiggle around, move around, see what's going to feel best for you. Last big breath. Okay, let's go into our next pose. Again, we'll press down into the right hand. We'll gently, slowly glide that foot down. Good, and come back. And we're gonna lie face down again. Come back to kind of our original position. And you can have the forehead on the hands. And you're just gonna lift one leg. So I'm just pressing down into the floor. So my hips are pressing into the mat. I'm lifting the right leg. And I'm slowly lowering it back down. Good, I'm gonna do the same thing with the left. Slowly lowering it back down. So you're gonna alternate a few times, and this is just gonna strengthen the low back. And make sure to draw your navel up and in as you do this. Really think of pressing your hip points on the floor. If you're kind of bony, you can always have a blanket underneath the hips here, or put a pillow to add a little extra padding. Good, just keep alternating and go slow. So no jerky fast movements here. That would be the absolute worst thing. You want to move really slowly. Good, wherever you are, just do 2 more each side. Use your breath. Go mindful, be slow. Good, and if it feels okay, we'll take this a little deeper. So we'll come into Sphinx pose, shoulders over wrists. This is a really nice gentle back bend that is safe. If it doesn't feel right, come out of it. I'm just gonna lean a little bit side to side. Good, and then if it feels good enough, you can actually clasp your hands. This is only if you wanna take it deeper. You can clasp your hands behind your low back and come into a little cobra stretch here, or shalabhasana rather. And if this is too intense, then cobra, hands to the floor. Couple deep breaths here. So recovering from any injury is really just about listening to your body more than anything else. So the important thing is we don't want to forward fold, we want to back bend, we want to strengthen the low back. I'm going to add that movement of lifting left leg and right leg here. It's feeling a little much for me, so I'm going to do this in cobra instead. Slowly lifting, slowly lifting. Good, let's do 2 more each side. Doesn't matter if you're still in the Sphinx pose with the elbows down, or if you're in the cobra, or if you have the hands clasped behind the back. Just do whatever works for you. Good, last one wherever you are. Take the forehead to the floor and rest. Good, elbows wide. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good, all right, so we're slowly gonna press ourselves up and we're gonna come into all fours. So that's always the safest way to kind of transition, come to all fours first. And then we're just gonna transition into kind of an equalizing pose. And I'm gonna show you from the back because it's gonna be clear. You're gonna take your heels wide and you're gonna try to place your seat between your heels. Now, if this is not possible for you, you can just sit on the heels, that's fine, right? Or I've stashed a little pillow here, and you can always take this pose also sitting on something like your couch cushion, and then you're just gonna rest the hands on the knees. So this is a nice stabilizing position after the back bend. So whether you're up on the pillow or just have the seat directly between the ankles, again, just hands on knees. Take a couple slow, deep breaths. Feel your tailbone grounding down, your navel pulling up and in. Good. Let's slowly transition into our next pose. So you're just going to press your hands into the mat, again, always moving gently, carefully, slowly. We're going to come into Dandasana staff pose. So again, this is a great pose to sit up on a pillow, and you just want to have your sits bones on the front of the pillow or cushion and flex the feet. So this is a really good place to be. I'm not going to use it, but I really highly suggest having, just some elevation so you can feel, like you're not rounded in the back. So it's much better to sit up on something than to be rounded in the back. So first we'll take a deep breath here. First pose, really easy. We're just going to walk the hands to the left. We're going to do both sides. So if it's easier for you to face the laptop or whatever you're watching this on one way, do that way first. Inhale, and just exhale, twist. Really gentle twist. Just keep walking the hands around. Last breath. Good, let's take it to the other side. So think tall spine first, so sitting bones pressing down into pillows or whatever you're sitting on. Think of the kind of stretch happening in the upper chest. Good, and come back to center. Let's take it to the first side again. This time, see if you want to play with coming a little lower. Think of maybe lowering the forehead to the ground, but keeping a long spine. So not, you don't want to, again, twerk the spine in a way that feels uncomfortable. You just want to find length and then think of going forward. So again, we're always looking for a stretch. And then root the opposite sitting bone of whatever way you're twisting down away from you. Good, let's do the little bit deeper to the other side. So first tall, up first, then twist. Maybe lower the hands a little bit more. Good. All right, let's bring the right knee into the chest, and we'll take this twist a little bit deeper. So you're not going to twist, in normal yoga would twist if we have the right knee up to the right. We're doing a little bit different because we're working with an injury. We're going to twist to the left. Now, I want you to press your right elbow into the right knee and really think of rooting your right sitting bone down as you do this exercise. So it's less about how much you twist, don't be cranking with your neck to look over there, who cares? Have the neck be neutral, really press the right elbow into the knee and root the right sitting bone down. So I want you to be thinking about the triangle that is your low back, kind of this half triangle sacrum area, as getting larger and wider. And this is energetic work. This is not obvious, it's not gross, it's subtle. So pressing elbow, pressing down through the sole of the right foot, and then really think of rooting that right sit bone down. Should feel good. Should feel like the low back's opening. 2 more breaths. Good, inhale. Exhale, really root the sit bone down, press against the knee. Good, nice job. Let that leg go long. Draw the left knee into the chest. And take the left elbow into the knee, and then right hand behind you, And then again, you're gonna press the left elbow into the left knee and root that left sitting bone down. So again, it's less about the twist and more about the energetic dimensions of the sitting bone rooting down, the elbow pressing against the knee, so that we can feel this widening, hopefully, on the left side of the low back. So really press that left sitting bone down. Really press the elbow into the knee and the knee into the elbow. Make sure you're up tall. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Breathing in through the nose. Out through the nose. Good. Last time, breathe in through the nose. And out through the nose. Good. Slowly come back to center. Let the legs go long. And then just slowly come back to that sitting on the heels position or sitting in between the heels to close our practice. So again, you can always be on the heels or between the heels or up on that cushion. And just place your hands on your thighs. Take a deep breath in. Feel the sitting bones root down. So you feel left and right sitting bone root down. Lengthen the tailbone down. So good. And then rise your head away from the sits bones. Feel the chin parallel to the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale all the way. Just feel space in the low back. Hopefully your low back feels wider, more spacious. Again, deep breath in. And exhale all the way. I hope your low back is feeling a little better. Get up, walk around, see if, the sciatic pain is a little less. Again, you may be feeling it in areas that aren't your low back, but the low back, if you have truly sciatic pain, is where this is all stemming from. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below. How are you feeling? I want to hear from you. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you want to see more stuff on sciatica. If you have questions, again, let me know in the comments, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more free yoga and meditation here with me on YouTube. Jump over to my website to get tons of free goodies like my free yoga for abs class. Abs help strengthen your low back, which is a good thing if you're struggling with some low back and sciatic issues. So as always, from my heart and my home to yours. Namaste.